Everyone, and welcome to another vlog. So in this video I'm just traveling, not knowing where to go. I had promised myself that I have to give one video per week, which is quite less, I know, but I decided that that has to be the minimum criteria. So this is the Dudia Panigata road that I'm traveling, and as you can see here, it has just rained and the road is wet. The patch of road that you will see ahead, that's the only patch of road which is bad, but apart from that the road quality is good. So this is the only patch which is bad. You'll find potholes and puddles, and I was going through all these roads. So this is the normal scenario out here during rainy seasons. Of course, winter season not a problem. Okay, the road will be quite good. And this is the Dudia Panigata bridge, and then the famous scene from here. You'll find the mountains, the Korsiong Mirik mountains. And as I was going towards Dudia, then I decided where to go. So I decided let's go to Bunkulung, even though I thought that the rain is for sure, it's imminent, but I decided okay, let's go. So this is the Bange Bazaar, or the local market, where all the people come from nearby places to shop their weekend, their weekly grocery. And this is the view that you get when you go towards Mirik. So this road goes toward Mirik, and this is the steel bridge, a one-way steel bridge. Okay, so on your left you can see the construction of another bridge happening, and this is the end of the bridge now. So when you go ahead now, when I go ahead, you will see from here the steep climb begins. It is quite steep. Straight away goes to Dakali. This road, there's quite a number of homestays that have sprung up, and this is quite a steep climb that I'm doing. You may not be able to see it on video, but actually it's quite a steep climb. So from here the climb towards my place begins, the Bunkulung, but this road, mind you, also goes towards Mirik. This is the same road. So it's quite a steep, and you'll find vehicles coming down at a quite rapid pace, so you just need to be careful. And you can see it's quite steep. From this turn you need to go towards your right, which is exactly this. Yes, and not the straight way. This goes towards Mirik. We are not going this side, we are going this side. There are boards here. So one of the board, yes, just says Bunkulung 7.60 kilometers, and we take this way. After that I just left and went towards Bunkulung, and the road is pitch road, and it's quite good. Till Bunkulung you'll find a pitch road like this, a mini waterfall you can say, and then you can go ahead. So I wanted to stop at this point because I saw something very beautiful on my right, so I decided to just stop and just see. So you can see the viewpoint. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful viewpoint. So that's Dudia, the steel bridge from where I came, right? And that's Dudia. That's the Panigata Dudia bridge, and you have the Balasan river flowing. Beautiful view. I was determined to go to Bunkulung, and I was also wary of the climate. You can see here it's beginning to get darker and darker, but I decided I must move on. So the road is quite good, as I said. You'd not find any potholes or nothing like that. It's quite straight. And here I wanted to show you again another part, another scenery here. Let me check how it is down here. Wow, at quite bit of a height we have. It's going to rain. Moving ahead, I was determined to reach Bunkulung, but it started getting darker and darker, and I can see that the rain would come anytime. So, I was just moving ahead, hoping that the day would clear, but unfortunately, I did not find any such hope. So, after that, I decided I had to quit. Okay, guys, after about this plan of going to Bunkulung because it's raining, going to rain very heavily. So we'll go back and some other time will come. But I hope you like the view and the scenery. While returning, also, I'm going to take some shots. Okay, sadly, I had to go back and return, but I promised myself that I am going to make it to Bunkulung and show you around Bunkulung. There are many things that can be videographed. So I thought, sometime later. So when you are coming down, as you can see here, you just need to be very careful because there are lots of vehicles coming from the opposite way, and the road is quite narrow. And I was hoping that I would not be caught in the rain, just hoping. And you can see the downhill drive that guy is doing, and I'm just behind him. So I was maintaining some sort of gap in order to avoid any emergency braking. And it was getting quite dark, and I could see some droplets of rain, as you can see on the camera. And very soon it started raining heavily, and I was right. I decided to avoid the ride, and I think I did right. So it started raining quite heavily, and I thought, you know I will reach home before there's heavy rain. But by the time I reached this steel bridge, I was caught in rain. It had rained quite heavily, and I was finding a place where I can just stay and take shelter. So this is the view of the wet steel bridge. It felt good at that time, but at that moment my mind was just take a shelter. So I was going and I was just trying to find a shelter, and luckily I could find some guys sitting in a sort of a shed. So I decided, let's take shelter over here. This is the best place that I could find. So quickly I grabbed my things, and first things first, my mobile phone, I had to keep it in the dicky. So I took shelter, and from here on, I reached home, but in a wet condition.